Okay, you gotta grab a mic. So you're telling me that this Polaroid film is $1,000 a box.
I mean, we can Google it right now.
No, I believe you. I'm just incredulous, and I want to say that because you had to get the actual brand name Polaroid film.
No, this film is specific for the specific camera.
Okay. Shaniqwa is a photographer. Her last name is Jarvis, kind of like the AI intelligence in Iron Man.
True.
Okay,
I think you took that from me, actually.
Yeah. I believe that Robert Downey Jr., who wrote Iron Man, stole Jarvis from Shaniqwa because he went to a show.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love this woman's work. I love her photos. I love her photography. And her general vibe and essence is so on point. I'm going to write Iron Man and not even Iron Man.
Wait, did he write it? Didn't Favreau write it?
No, no one wrote it. It's
No?
written by AI. It was written by Jarvis, and it's named Jarvis. What's up, Jarvis? How are you doing? Where's my? Are my photos colored yet?
First of all, you gave me an edit that's due, I think, tomorrow. You gave me a larger edit than you were told you can give me, and I gave you the process. I mean, I also think you're professional, and you know how long it takes to take film, get a high-res scan. Then from that high-res scan, it goes to a retoucher.
Oh my God, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
because I work digital so much, I'm like, you just drop in Photoshop.
But I said
and drop some levels.
I said it multiple times to everyone that works with you.
Okay, well,
and I also kept being like, if he gives it to me last minute, it's going to cost more, which I now have to pay for. So yeah, this is where we're at.
Well, I can whittle the number down.
You know what? Don't whittle shit. Just
really open up a can of worms here.
I know.
I can whittle.
You should have talked about something else. Like,
well, we like to just get into the gristle and the truth of things here.
Okay.
I knew that when I said that there would be a sassy response. So
it's a real response, not sass.
Yeah. No. It's a real response.
Are you gonna eat that apple, or is that a prop?
No, I'm gonna eat it.
Okay.
I'm gonna crunch this thing one
bite
at a time.
Do people like listening to you?
They fucking hate it. They hate it, and I'm every woman.
Crunch. Beep. So now I have to wait for you to chew, and then you'll ask me a question.
You're allergic to these?
I am allergic to them. I would definitely get it. Yeah. Dude, tell people what you need immediately. Like I needed it 20 minutes ago.
No. I was going to time the coffee for when I had to do a task that is more brain intensive than this task.
This will be over in like 10 minutes.
We're doing this for 10 minutes and you're leaving?
I mean, how long do you need me?
90 minutes. That's what a podcast is.
90?
90 goddamn minutes. We're going to get into the...
I've got places to be.
From the Ruta to the Tuta
Can I leave here at 5:12 though?
Why 5:12?
Because I need to be home by 5:30 to eat my dinner.
It takes you 18 minutes to get home?
I think so.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll touch back on the amount of photos I gave you. We can get into that, but we'll do that off air because I don't feel like getting eviscerated on my own show.
It's fine. Yeah.
I feel like you're just gonna let me have it, and I just am not here for that happening.
You're right. I'm so sorry. You know what? Thank you.
Turf.
Thank you so much for including me in the photo shoot. I'm so happy to be there.
Oh my God.
You asked for this. This is like I'm actually shocked that you asked to do this.
What? You're shocked that I asked to have you on the pod?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like you and I have such a great repartee.
You know what? You're right.
I feel like you and I, we just bounce off each other so well. And
True.
I was like, let's just take this show on the road.
It's true.
Because I haven't hit you at part 2 where I asked you to be my permanent co-host.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Do I get paid?
Yeah. You'll get.
Is Apple sponsoring this?
Yes, Apple is sponsoring this. You'll have to split the $500 a month with Jason that we get. So you'll get about roughly after taxes.
Reparations.
150.
Sorry. Neither one of you gets anything.
I do. $150 a month. We can't get into people being beige and color paper bags and shit. We can't do that right now. It's not the forum. Okay. We can attack him.
Okay. Yeah, true. That's why I was like, he doesn't
think about it. That's the
paid.
face of colonialism right there.
How are you?
It's true.
Doing?
I'm well.
Okay.
I'm very busy.
Yeah. I'm surprised you make time for this.
It's in my calendar. Kat does my calendar, and I say, make this happen, please.
Okay.
Between you taking amazingly well-lit photography.
It's so beautiful.
Beautiful photography.
Can you see it's like, this is supposed to be like a beauty shot for...
This is for your show at the MoMA, right?
For a makeup brand.
I mean, let me tell you something. Can I say something though?
Yes, please go for it.
You could literally take this, blow it up 16 feet wide.
Okay.
Drop it in a museum and be like, this is my self-portrait.
I mean,
and knowing that is bullshit,
it's
the rest
not
of the world
though.
would be scared to push back.
Alex, this is maybe I'm somewhere in here, but here's some trees, and then this is like something. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
It's a black box.
Okay, it's fine.
Shaniqua, it's like, where?
Oh, I thought it was an ASMR. Thank you. I thought,
You're on theme with what's happening with the apple. Where did we grow up, Shaniqua? Where are you from?
Okay. I normally say no to podcasts because I feel like I get asked the same questions over and over again. And then I think it's boring for like the kids who will find this in a time capsule 800 years from now and use it as found footage for their AI film. They'll be like, yes, Shaniqua grew up in Manhattan, Upper West Side.
That's the Max Headroom edit.
Edit.
Manhattan. On the street. Manhattan.
Yeah, Upper West.
Upper West Side.
She likes say bars. She likes say bars. Yeah. I grew up on the Upper West Side of Manhattan.
Upper West Side.
Upper West Side.
What's that like? Is that private school?
Are you serious?
I don't know how the geography of New York works. I know.
Did you leave this place ever?
What place? LA? Yeah, I've been to New York a bunch of times. My mom's from the LES, but I thought the Upper West Side was affluent. Am I wrong?
It's affluent with amazing people and things.
Oh my God.
It's
affluent culturally.
Exactly. Read a book. I think that the Upper West Side is great because it back in the day was super mixed. Mm-hmm. So from your avenues from Central Park all the way to Riverside, you would have different pockets, like some millionaires, some hundredaires, some no air, to a mix of races. You just had everything.
Okay.
Because you had a lot of like Mitchell Lama buildings, rent stabilized buildings, and then you also had private schools and super rich. So it was like literally, like, I'm sure you've seen that film. What was it? Black and White with Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
Prep School Gangsters.
Yeah.
I'm sure you read. Those are like some of those kids are friends of mine. Obviously, growing up on the Upper West Side.
Black and White is who's the director? He got in deep shit. He also did a movie about the football Jim Brown. He wrote a book about Jim Brown, and he did a movie Black and White. James Toback is Black and White.
That's it.
That was good.
I mean, that film was like ridiculous, but it also was a tiny bit spot on for what was happening in the late 90s.
I can tell the honesty in that stuff. Like, it opens with like, it's like Method Man is like finger blasting some like private school white girl in the woods in Central Park, and they're playing like Daddy's Little Girl. It's like it's pretty intense.
I love that you remember the opening.
Of course I do. I'm a student of cinema.
Correct.
And that film made an impact on me because of its style of like freewheeling. You could tell that the way they shot it was like there's a lot of improvisation. When Robert Downey Jr. hits on Mike Tyson and Tyson slaps him.
Yeah.
I think that was real, actually.
I think I read
that was a real situation. Is that a macho with a shot? Oh my God, I'll take that. If you insist, only if you insist. You could have got one of these. It's great.
I'm high on life. I only need water.
Okay. She's high on life, everybody. The only drug that enters your body is air and just...
Yeah.
It's just life. The essence of life gets you fucking going.
Straight up.
You just rip a hot line of
water.
Humanity.
Yeah. Oh my God. I rip a hot line of humanity. Yes.
Yes. And you're like, let's go.
100%.
You talk to your husband. You're like, I'm in a K-hole of life right now. Deep. Were you a ketamine person? Did you ever do that stuff?
I think I can count the amount of times I've done it knowingly.
Yeah.
Right. And then I can also count the amount of times I've done it unknowingly.
Accidentally, like you thought it was something else?
I thought it was something else. I thought it was like sugar.
Yeah, you thought it was because you like to powder your nose once in a while.
Yeah, just.
Yeah. It's the fastest way to get sugar in your throat is through your nose, just so we're clear. People.
It's so true. No, I went to one college I went to was University of Massachusetts at Amherst.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know much about UMass, but it was a little bit of a party school.
Okay.
Hippies, arty, psychos, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And you were studying?
I was studying elementary education and psychology.
Okay.
Which I use every day still. Okay, just so you know.
I think you used some of that on me earlier.
I think so.
I could see the elementary education merging with the psychology and how you speak to people.
Yes.
And it probably works on set.
It's the best thing.
It's probably the best thing to be a photographer.
Is that what I am? I feel like I'm like, a spirit vibe catcher.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You're a cultural antenna, spiritual vibe catcher.
Do you want to write my new bio for me?
I would love to.
Oh, yes.
I would love to. I can rip a mean bio.
Okay. I
can do a mean
We'll
bio.
schedule that.
Yeah. Tell Kat. She'll set it up.
She just did. She was like,
it's already in.
It's happening after this.
No, so you went to UMass Amherst Party School where you first were introduced to candy flipping, which is when you do acid and ecstasy at the same time.
Yeah, I think I did acid for the first time there.
You did acid for the first time in college.
While rollerblading. It was great. I had a great 2 years there. It was amazing.
What happened after 2 years?
After 2 years, I decided to go home to New York.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to do a year at my old Montessori because I really thought I was going to be a teacher.
I went to Montessori as a kid.
I can tell.
I don't even know.
I can tell.
I don't know what it is.
I mean, it's choose your own adventure. You definitely seem like I'm going to choose my own adventure type of human.
Yeah, that's the school. They let you
You're like, yo, you want to read? And you're like, yes, I want to learn to read.
It's the school of ADD, basically. Mm-hmm. Harnessing your ADD. We talked about that earlier. I've learned to harness mine.
Yeah, I've heard you talk about it.
Where would you have heard that?
The 3 times I've talked to you, you've brought it up.
You've brought it up. Harnessing my ADD?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think you're fucking pulling my chain. Or maybe I'm senile.
I think that's a little bit. You might be what I like to call some people a repeater.
Yeah, I'm a repeater.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Some people are into it. Some people like to call you out for it.
Oh,
repeater.
People, I hate that I say things. I do repeat things.
That's
Because I forget that I've said that. I forget that I told people. And I forget that I say things because in different moments, I'll have different levels of vulnerability. Mm-hmm. And I said something to Kat the other day and she goes, yeah, you told me about this. I'm like, I did? I told you about my experience with a fucking date. And then she's like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing telling you this stuff? Because sometimes I'm like, it's a long day talking. I'm trying to establish some barrier of boundaries between work and friendship and all these things. Because in my experience, sometimes the lines get blurred and things get weird.
Yeah.
And then people know too much.
Yeah.
Or they feel offended by your, what's going on in your life. And apparently I have no boundaries.
No, I feel like I already know too much and I just met you 2 weeks ago. So it's fine.
Hey, it's I just met you. Okay. I don't think that that's true. You don't know anything about me. We've had a couple in-depth conversations, and now I'm afraid to say anything to you because I'm afraid that I'm repeating myself.
It's fine.
Because that's boring.
No, but I go along with it. I'm just like, yeah, you're harnessing your ADD. Oh my God, that's so cool. How are you doing that?
Fuck, I hate you
so Are you leaning into it? Okay, great. Wow, awesome.
That's. Yeah, I'm in a particularly.
Let's not dwell here. Let's move on.
No, this is painful for me. I'm a particularly brand of spun out these days. How about a little bit? What about a little bit of grace? What about just
so much grace? That's why I'm here. Listen, so I was gonna say I don't fucking do podcasts. I don't do them. I'm not. I find that I don't like to be recorded. I also I'll have brain farts and I'll say stuff and then it's out there forever. And but you asked and I could see that you needed.
I needed you on the pod?
You needed me on the pod and I thought, do it.
That's what you thought?
Yeah, I'd ask anyone. I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
You won't regret this because nobody listens to this show. Except for all the people in the Discord right now going fucking ham. People are having arguments about I once in a while I look in the we have a Discord.
Of course you do.
Yeah, of course. And once in a while I look in there and it's just people talking about me or the podcast, and then they're having arguments on my behalf with each other, and it's like,
oh my god, should I have done research and like seen what this like? I didn't look up what this podcast is.
This is a full right wing sauna testosterone ivermectin podcast that you're on right now. So say goodbye to everything that you've ever worked for. Because it's very simple. You just go on the wrong show and it's your bank account just goes.
I didn't know.
The pool drained.
Damn it. I'll have to like sell this.
Yeah, the hot honey colored husband out of here. Send him back to fucking Morocco.
No, that's not where it's from, but okay.
French Montana, gone.
Damn.
Okay. No.
I kind of also feel like you need mic holders.
Well, Jason kind of goes rogue and he thinks that people want to hold the mic now, but I would like to be able to sometimes. I don't even know if we have any mic stands, but do we have? I know we have some.
We're just getting settled in the new location. Like,
is this a new location?
Yeah, this is set up. If you're a what's a dilettante? What's the word? What's the word of someone that's
a long time listener?
Yeah, but there's a word for it. If you're a patron, whatever the synonym is for patron.
Yeah.
If you know the pod, you know that this is a replica of my old apartment, or maybe I moved back into my old apartment. You'll never know. Let's just say, for sake of argument, we're back in the apartment in Los Feliz, which is true. To be honest, I moved back to my apartment. I got it back from Doug. I'm back in the old house. And I got it just so I could record the podcast because people feel uncomfortable with new things. Yeah. And they want to see the same Jimmy Fallon stage.
Yeah.
And Ed McMahon chuckle.
Sure.
And Johnny Carson, whatever, curtains.
Sure.
And they want to see Drew Barrymore's panel of bitches cackling about fucking skincare. I don't even know. Do you have to bleep that? Did I say something crazy?
Maybe.
I don't know. She just got canceled for something on her show. So.
Oh, she scabbed up and crossed the picket line, is what I hear.
She did, but
she crossed the picket line.
She has an interesting life. So.
You're a big Barrymore person, I can tell.
I'm not a big, I ride for Pisces, and I think that she has a hard life. I think.
Oh my God, you really.
I do.
You really know a lot about Drew Barrymore. I was just riffing. I have to take everything back I just said.
It's true.
Don't get that. I'll get it. Oh, you didn't have to do that. Does that disgust you that he touched the apple cord that I chucked? I told him not to get it.
Well, it's also like I thought you'd have a little more skill, but that's really what that face was about.
I have no depth perception at this point because the sun's coming in here and my contacts are hurting my eyes. Do you wear contacts?
No.
Okay.
I'm perfection. Sorry.
So you were in a K-hole one day and you thought you'd done something else and it was K and you're in the K-hole and you had this revelation. You're like, I'm gonna shoot blackness on Polaroid, and I'm gonna tell people this is a portrait of George Washington. If you look hard enough. No
K-hole. I mean, you know what? I think I did have a moment that was brought on not by ketamine. That's like, I think I did have a moment where I was like, oh, you need to stop doing dumb shit and be more productive. But it wasn't K. I think it might have been like weed and Entenmann's cakes.
Oh, Entenmann's cakes will do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen, I got to say something. Sidebar.
Okay.
Entenmann's cakes.
Wait. Which Entenmann's cake? Because I have a specific one. I'm
going to say it's been a very long time since I've had one.
Same.
And I can still remember the taste, the box. I mean, they don't make shit like that anymore. No. That long box.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Quick fact check, they make Entenmann's still.
No, I'm saying in general.
Yeah.
But we're saying we haven't had it.
Sure.
Yeah. Wink, wink. I also had at Thanksgiving, some sort of there's a town in the middle of America that makes a certain kind of Danish. Mm-hmm. And it comes in this giant like paper thing. It has like a Viking on it. Obviously very white.
I was going to say, I don't know about
very white Danish people that make this Danish, and it is fucking delicious. It's like the whole town just makes Danishes, and you can get it delivered to.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from a Danish town in Wisconsin.
I don't know. Some people like fake the funk, like, oh, I'm from Venice, but really you're from like. Jesus. We can talk later.
You want to talk about? Let's talk about your family.
I always talk about my family.
How's your old man doing?
Which one?
You have two old men.
Mm-hmm.
You have two dads. So your dad's gay?
This is really fucked up. My dad's actually dead.
Okay. Well, is he dead and gay?
No, he was not that. He was definitely a ladies' man.
He was.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like when
I was like, how do I say this without my brothers then coming for you? But yes, my dad was, I was like, you may have to bleep that because my brothers would be very.
How many brothers you got?
5.
Where are they at?
All over. But they can be like,
is there
if
any
I'm like,
here? Yo.
I think the toughest one is actually floating around here right now.
He's
actually.
in LA?
Yeah.
What's his deal? Why is he the toughest one?
He would not like me to put his business out there, but he's the softest one, but he's the one who's
He's with the shits, as
yeah,
they say.
Yeah.
He's with the shits. But
like
he's from New York.
if I really needed him to come here and service you, he would do it.
He would be how long do you think it would take him to get here? If let's say he's like
Should I text him and ask him?
He's in the arts district. You're gonna do a speed test? So it's like an internet speed test, like internet brother test. Like,
yeah. Like,
hey, this like one sentence. This fool's tripping. 21179
Just like, yeah.
North Cahuenga.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll be there in 16 minutes.
I think that my siblings are definitely like, we have each other's back. I think right
beautiful.
now they think I'm a little shitty, but I think that even if I was like,
Why do they think you're shitty?
because I can be.
Because you could be an asshole.
Not an asshole, just a little bit shitty.
What's a little shitty? Like you missing holidays?
Yeah. Or maybe not sending everyone a thing.
Right. You're not
being
saying.
there.
Is your family like your old man? How long ago did your old man die?
Right before I started high school. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
like 100 years ago.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one. And like I like when when someone dies who, got tons of pussy, they like to say that he was a ladies' man. But that's a really nice way of saying like he was out there putting in work, breaking his back, going hard in the paint.
I don't see this as the thing. Like I rolled with him a lot and he was very honest with me and told me a lot of things and I could see them. I can see like how women reacted to him and I would always just be like, whoa, like I'm like right here and they don't give a fuck.
Oh, they would just like,
they would just be like, yo,
"What's up?"
and it's like, I obviously come from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm
sure.
not
Obviously,
like his like friend, his like young
His homie?
10-year-old homie,
Yeah, yeah.
So I was always very,
They didn't give a fuck.
no, it taught me something though a lot about humans and that when they want something, they want it. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what's stopping them to get it.
And he had that magnetic thing.
He did.
He had that
did.
magnetism. Yeah,
I mean,
some
I
people
feel
get
like that's what I got from him and my photo skills. But
He was a photographer? Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. There's a lineage.
of course, I mean,
What do you mean, of course? I don't do anything my dad did. Watch it. I mean, I've done something. I've done some of the things he's done, but I'm not in the same business he was in.
what business was your dad in?
He sold marijuana.
Okay. So he's a businessman.
He's a businessman. I think I learned entrepreneurialism from him. I learned how to have an independent spirit, and I learned how.
You think you have an independent spirit?
I know I have an independent spirit.
Okay.
You disagree? You don't think I have you think I have a codependent spirit?
Listen, man, I don't really know you that well.
I killed my dog this weekend. So who's codependent? Who's zooming who?
Did you text me saying that you would like to FaceTime me with your dying dog?
Yeah.
So that the dog knew that it was my choice?
Yes.
To kill your dog?
I did text you that, yes. It's called gallows humor. I don't know. I like to make jokes at the expense of myself or anyone.
Okay.
Even when it's the best jokes are at the worst times, I find.
For sure.
I think.
For sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know
think,
you'd appreciate that.
Of course. I laughed. I was like, haha. And then I was like, oh, he's probably very sad. But then I was like, dude,
I was very sad. Yeah.
get it done already.
I did get it.
Like,
I got it done because you said, listen, I had dinner with you and Paige and Akiko, and you guys were like, it's a wrap. And I was like, okay. And I talked to a few other people and they're like, it's time. I was like, okay, it's time. And then the next day I just did it. And you know what? I found out later that she had 6 more years and I kind of pulled the plug too soon. I did a DNA. They did a DNA test on her on the vet, and they're like, she has 6 to 12 more years. You did it too early.
That's not true.
That's not true. No,
No,
she was on her
like-
last leg. I couldn't see it, but everyone's like, your dog's disgusting. I'm like, I love her, but yeah, she was peeing in the house.
Did you see my face?
Yeah, you're terrified.
I know. I'm sorry.
You didn't even like. You could barely even touch Paige's dog, which is like the most pretty, cute thing. Like it's the most Caucasian, like waspy, beautiful, fucking Irish Nantucket fucking beach house dog you've ever seen. You're
For
like,
sure.
and you're like,
for sure. No, it wasn't that. I was watching Paige's dog lick its vagina and then wanted to come lick, like always wants to like lick in my face. It's not something we like to have happen.
Fair. It's fair.
Just saying.
Noted. And yeah, you didn't want to get within a yard of my dog, and it's fine because she was she's old and smelly. I had one of those crusty white dogs that's in the memes. They always talk about him, and I was like,
Yeah, did.
I did. But that's what happens when you have a cute white dog. It turns into a crusty white dog, and the back legs don't work, and they're peeing in the house. And when I knew it was over was when I had my friends watch her, and they're like, I was like, how's she doing? Is she peeing in the house? They're like, no, we put a diaper on her. And I said, you did what? They're like, yeah, we have an old dog. We threw a diaper on your dog. And then I did the math. I was like, wait a minute. Back legs don't work, wearing a diaper, can't see, can't hear, skin condition, also has a heart murmur and is taking pills for that. I was like, and then I started asking, they're like, because everyone tells me that they wait too long to put their dog down. When the dog's like my friend Callie said his dog was like walking around in circles for 3 hours before he did it. And I was like, the dog is suffering. And I think Omar, like, listen, they got her, they put her, it was like your time in the K-hole. She just drifted off into nowhere and she just got really high. It was peaceful. It's a great way. I'd like to go that way. Put me down.
Sure. Right after this interview.
Put me down on the air. Fix me up, put me down, and I'll just take a nap and we'll see what happens. And then you won't ever have to do those, that retouching.
I would still have to do the fucking retouching.
Not if I go down today. It's a wrap.
That's not true. Like I would still have to produce something.
Do you want to see the rough cut of the commercial? Or do you want to wait for the colored and perfect?
I wanted to see it a few days ago. Now I don't care.
Okay.
Like I'll just wait till then and I'll watch it with everyone else and be like, yay, two-tone so good. Oh, yeah.
Can you do that for? Can I record that? And just put that on the Instagram for Born and Raised. Yay, two-tone so good.
I mean, you'd have to pay me for it, but sure.
I'll pay you. Oh my God. So this is why I have you on. I need to be taken down a peg here and there. Jason tries, but he's just not equipped.
I mean, I think when I texted you and I said that Niles and I had been talking shit about you, it was very true. I was going to take a photo and send you what we had been saying, and I realized that's too much.
No, shoot
like I
it.
didn't know. Like I kind of feel like you're very sensitive, and I didn't want to.
I want to know.
I didn't want to start, and then I was like, wait, he's going to think about it too much.
No, I'm not. I didn't have time to think about what you and Niles are saying about me.
Bullshit.
You think I can't rip Niles for 6 years? I don't know anything about you. I can't talk shit about you yet. But Niles?
I love
Was he
Niles.
talking about my visit to New York a few years
See, now
ago?
you're gonna fuck your
Was he
whole shit
talking
up.
about my visit to New
No, actually, Niles didn't say anything bad about you, and neither did I.
I know he didn't. I told you.
We
in the
both
text.
did. We both didn't. We
I
both.
know that.
He said something about you not being able to handle Omar going down, and I should be nicer to you. And I was like, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I can. Listen. At this point, I can handle anything. Why are you snorting? Am I here doing my fucking job a couple days later or not? Did I show up to work the next day? Yes, I did. I had a day down where I was sad, and I'm like, I have to go back to work. I have to go to this fucking Rams game at SoFi Stadium.
That sounds like so much fun.
It wasn't fun.
Okay.
It was amazingly fun. Just so we're clear, go Rams. No,
Is that a football team?
Yeah, the Rams is a local football team that we work with, and it was actually an amazing experience, to be honest. If you've ever been to SoFi Stadium, it's like this futuristic. It's the most futuristic thing I've ever seen in my life. Like I literally thought I was in a science fiction film.
I don't care. Can we speed off to the next thing we want to talk about?
Let's talk about what's your fucking obsession? Like why do you keep watching why do you constantly watching the Harry Potter series? This is what I heard about you. That you watch them over and over again.
I don't think I've seen
The
them.
decology, the Harry Potter's decology. You've watched them.
I haven't.
Do you ever
actually.
obsessively rewatch things?
Yes, because I have anxiety.
Okay, that's what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you will reread things, you'll rewatch things because you already know what's going to happen. So it doesn't.
It's comforting.
Yes. Like I was watching, I don't know if you've been watching Top Boy, the newest, latest
watched the new one, no.
season.
No, I haven't watched the new one.
Holy shit.
good.
I had to watch like that, like underneath the cover, like weird because it was. Ooh,
Is that season 3 or 2?
3, the 3 of the Drake Top Boy, not the OG Top Boy.
But Drake, what produced? He's not in it.
He's not in it. He knows better.
Yeah, he knows better.
He knows better. I mean, that at least we can say, or I can say that he knows better.
I liked Drake's English phase because he really dug in. Like he has his Caribbean moments and his West Indian moments, but when he went English,
But that was just a combination. Real talk. Like he literally was like, I'm Skepta, or I forgot who he went in. Like he went into Caribbean meets like a Caribbean British person.
Yes.
That's what he did.
yes, which is common. There's a lot of Caribbean people in,
So many.
and,
Again, you
and
guys'
also
fault.
also in Canada.
Yeah.
Right. So Drake's really the diaspora, right? He's the bridge.
He is. Drake's great.
He's the Pangea.
I've never met him, but I think he's probably.
You've never met Drake?
I've never met Drake.
Drake, Drake, come on in. It's time. This is my surprise. Combination.
I feel like there's a lot of people who I haven't met through photography that I'm happy to not have met them through photography.
Have you shot Jay-Z?
Not since, no. I'm going to say no.
Never.
No.
Beyonce?
No.
Erykah Badu?
Yes.
Andre 3000? Jay Electronica?
Are you now just going through her dudes?
E40?
No.
Denzel?
No, but I really want to photograph him.
Dwight Yoakam?
No. I have not photographed Dwight Yoakam.
Robert Downey Jr.?
No.
Fat
None
Joe?
of the Downies.
Fat Joe?
Yes.
Respect.
Ding, 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 ding.
Big Pun?
Yes.
Dead in the Middle, Little Italy, did we know the little riddly biddly?
Wow. Have you practiced that a lot?
No.
Is that like your party trick?
It's not a party trick.
Okay.
That's just
Sorry.
off the fucking dome.
Sorry.
That's how.
Sorry.
I'm not going to talk to you about.
You forgot to do the yeah.
Dead in the Middle, Little Italy, little did we know the little middle. Yeah, Big Pun. You know, I had a moment. I was telling you about this before, where
Are you repeating already?
Okay, I'm not going to tell you. If I preface it by saying I said this before, it's not counting as a repeat.
You know what? You're fucking right.
Right?
My bad. Sorry.
It's like when you say, what's the thing you say with all due respect? You say some mad disrespectful.
Yes.
It's kind of like that.
You're right. My bad.
So you've been friends with Angelo for a long time.
We can't talk about him.
People say he's your bestie.
We can't talk about him.
People say he's your best friend. Angelo
We can't talk about him.
We can talk about him.
No.
What's stopping you?
Because it's
You're scared.
yeah, I don't want to release. I know too much. He's a great person.
Oh my God.
He's a great human.
When you say someone is a great person, a great human, that means you have gigabytes of dirt on the man.
Of course, I'm not here to dish anything.
We're going to dish on Angelo.
We are not dishing
Angelo,
on.
we're coming for you. We are going to talk about your habits
No,
at home and abroad.
He's awake.
Your
He's doing
proclivities.
great. No,
Your fucking proclivities.
no, not doing it.
On the Lower East Side.
Not doing it. He's
From
done a great. He's been
your
a
high
great,
school years
Didn't know him then.
when you were not cool, and then you blossomed, and then you had proclivities.
Has he shared this with you?
No, I'm just taking a wild guess. Just
No.
making a stab.
Yeah,
It happens. Or
I know
maybe
him.
he's always been cool. He's cool now. Can you say that? Can you say Angelo is cool?
I think when I met him back in the late 90s, I thought he was cool.
This is like the amount of earth-shattering information she has on this man is it just speaks volumes the way she's talking about him.
He's a great
It's,
person.
oh my God. The great person thing is crazy.
No,
You're
but
basically
he-
talking about like Idi Amin when you say someone's a great person. Like he's a monster.
No,
Angelo,
he's not a
I've
monster.
known him for a long time, but like I know him like on a few different levels.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk on the phone endlessly like you guys do. We're not best friends, but I
Okay.
know him. We're peers in the industry. We're very friendly, but
Are you guys doing a collab?
we've done it. We did that.
Oh, right. You
The
did.
last time we tried to do a collab, it fell apart because he's a monster. And I only know that he's a monster because this woman said you're great. He's great is translation to like he's an evil, maniacal maniac bent on destruction from hell.
Not at
And
all.
you heard it here first. You said it, not me. These are your words.
I never use those words.
These are your words. That's what great breaks down into.
Oh my
So we're
God.
clear.
Is this is like the reverse of drink champs. Like we're just sober, being
Sober?
ridiculous. Like
That's what we do. I can't get drunk. So this is what I do. And I don't need to get drunk to be a person that is retarded.
You can't say that. You
Say
can
it with me.
regarded.
I don't need to be drunk to be a person that is well regarded.
Exactly. There you go.
That word's coming back. It's fine. We're going to be okay. He's still going to bleep it. He bleeps it every time I say it, which is like he's protecting me from myself.
Awesome. That's really good.
So
On sober
we got.
drink
I
champs.
barely got you out of. We got to college. I said I learned about your dad. He's a ladies' man. I think my dad was like.
Was your dad gay?
No, my dad wasn't gay.
Is your dad still around?
He's still around. Yeah, he's hanging
Okay.
on by a thread. No, he's not. I love you, Dad. You're not. You're doing great. His best friend was gay, and I remember that he told me. He goes, when I was a kid, he was talking about like gay guys and like how they get down, and I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, think about it. Men are pigs. So he put two men in a room together. What do you think's happening? I was like, oh yeah. And I recently talked to a friend of mine about his life and how they live.
You have friends?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends. Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Continue.
it's
Sorry
fine.
to interrupt.
That's okay. You have friends?
I'm just checking.
Okay, I do have friends. And anyways, the gay lifestyle is so much more interesting and complex than we would imagine, and it's so hyper like. I've talked about this before. I think, did we have? Oh yeah, we had him on. We had Matt LeGrand on.
The episode was called "Gay Spreadsheets."
The gay
about
spreadsheets,
their
yeah.
orgy spreadsheets.
He basically talks about spreadsheets for his orgies, and like it's like a very like sexual. Like in the straight world, it's like, am I gonna get laid tonight? Maybe not. In the gay world, it's like, who and how many times am I gonna fuck tonight?
100%.
Right? That's how it goes.
100%.
And it's like, and that's fantastic. And
Yeah.
and if that was my proclivity, I would be. I'd probably be out right now. I would have my app open with the radar to like who am I gonna
You'd be
fuck
on
within
like
the next 5 minutes.
bears.com.
Scruff. Yeah.
Like
Scruff is one. I think.
forget dinner, forget honey.com.
No, it's just holes.
Bears.
Listen, there's apps that you can go on where there's just like a hole, and they're like, "Do you want to fill this?" That's how men are. That's how men think. Put something in this hole, please.
No.
Sorry, we're getting too hot for TV.